Well, greetings and good morning, BUS24 students. This is Mr.D. This is week number 2 in our 8-week course online business communications at Norco College, spring 2025. Just so you know, we only typically offered this course in an online format during the winter and summer intersessions, and now this is the first time that we're offering it, other than during COVID, as a normal 8-week class here at Norco. And so obviously an 8-week class that's normally a 16-week class means that we've condensed it down and we're doing a little bit more each week than you might do if you were taking the 16-week course. And so that means this week you're looking at 2 chapters, chapters 2 and chapter 12. Chapter 2 starts to begin to look at the very beginnings of business writing, which will become our major theme in the next module. So you're going to be laying the foundation for planning your business messages. And then chapter 12 deals specifically with business presentations. So make sure you read both chapters thoroughly, especially as you're writing and doing your discussion post number 1, which is on the do's and don'ts of business presentations. That's going to be absolutely necessary that you read chapter 12 before you complete that successfully. So make sure you do that. And then, of course, we're going to also be working on our individual presentation that you're going to be doing. You're going to be putting together a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation of you presenting your 4 life significant events. And so I'll be talking a little bit about that in this Zoom session as well, or in this video. So let's go ahead and stop sharing our screen with that on it. And I'm going to go ahead and go to our course in Canvas. So where's that at? Right here. Okay, I got to share my screen. All right, so here we are in our class in Canvas. And of course, we're still in module number 1. Module number 1 lasts 3 weeks. Or 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually, till 5/11. Let's see, and then module 2 is the next 2 weeks, and then module 3 is the last 3 weeks. So, all right, so this is a 3-week module. So you have 3 weeks to complete everything in it, and that includes your individual presentation and your discussion post number 1. So again, last week we started with a mandatory check-in assignment that just asked you some personal questions. By the way, I'm still grading those, so please be patient. I have a lot of students. I have like 80-something students in the class, all 3 sections of this class. There was a quiz on chapter 1 that you did, and then you started your discussion post. This is where you're looking at some videos, and then you're making a list of the do's and don'ts of effective and ineffective presentation. I made it your top 10, so work through it all, then give me your top 10 of presentations. And then you have your individual presentation assignment, which is recording yourself giving a PowerPoint presentation on your 4 most significant life events. So I'm going to go ahead and move both of these down. I already changed the date to this coming Sunday, but they're not due this coming Sunday. You have 1 more week to complete them. So you don't have to turn anything in again. These are just to keep you on track so that you will not neglect this till the last minute. So I'm just keeping it every week as right in front of you so that way you don't miss it. So this week you're going to again be reading the 2 chapters. I also have the PowerPoint. And I also have, by the way, a Zoom session here at the top of me going over this particular assignment. Let's see if it works, because it wasn't working. So yeah, it works. It actually was for a different class, but it's the same exact assignment. So you're welcome to watch that to help you with that individual presentation assignment. But again, read the 2 chapters, do the check-in assignment. The check-in assignment is just answering some questions that are purposely directed about the chapter, about what you need to know. So it's not a waste of time. It really does direct you to things I really think you need to know, and out of the textbook. So it puts you in the textbook, and it brings answers right out of the textbook. That's all I'm asking for. You don't have to elaborate. You don't have to put it in your own words. Just what does the textbook say about those questions? That's the check-in assignment. And by the way, these are only open for 1 week. I will let you do any other assignment anytime, even late, but I will not let you retake the check-in assignment. They're only open for 1 week. They are in place of class participation. So if you don't participate in the class, you can't go back and re-participate in the class that already happened. In the same way, you can't go back and redo a check-in assignment on a week that's already passed. So this is only open for 1 week. Don't neglect that. Get it done. It's worth 12 and a half points. You have a quiz on chapters 2 and 12 as well. So read the chapters, take the quiz. You can take the quiz up to 3 times. It's more of a learning tool than an assessment tool. And then again, you're going to continue your discussion post. So I'm going to change this from saying start discussion post to continue discussion post. Now, it's very important. This particular discussion post is really meant to be something that you're doing over the 3 weeks that you have to work on it. So what I mean by that is the first week, you should be making your initial post of your list of the 10 top do's and don'ts of business presentations. Week number 2, you might want to go in and review other students' work and see what they've put on their lists. And then week 3, you want to update your list and give me a final list. So really, there should be an entry from every week. Entry week number 1 is your initial list. Entry from week number 2 is you commenting on other students. And then entry for week number 3 is your final list. And if you do it in that order, and you do update your list and make it better, then you're basically going to get a full score for the assignment. And by the way, if you also watch my do's and don'ts of business presentations, it's actually included in me going over the individual presentation assignment. So if you click that and it opens the individual presentation assignment, if you watch this, by the time you get to the end, I'm actually going over
it comes across
the do's and don'ts of business presentations. So keep that in mind. I actually give you the list right here in the PowerPoint. So please take advantage of that if you would. So I'm going to go back to modules, and I'm going to scroll back down to where we were. Let's see. So I have continue discussion post number 1, and I'm going to go ahead and change the individual presentation, which again, this is a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation that you need to record yourself giving. You can do it all in PowerPoint, and I encourage you to watch my video on that because I do explain how to record it in PowerPoint, but I'm going to go ahead and change that to continue. You have actually 1 more week after this week to complete that. It's due on 5/11. So, do that. There's a lot of information in that assignment instruction. There's even an example of my own presentation that I did. If I taught this class in person, I would give my presentation live. So in this case, I have it. I don't have it recorded, but I have my PowerPoints, so you can watch those or view those to get an idea of roughly what I'm looking for. But that's pretty much it for week number 2. And yes, these are 2 big assignments. Every module you have a discussion post, in every module you have one larger assignment except the second module. So the first module is focused on business presentations. The second module is focused on business writing. So you're going to have 4 business documents to write, 1 each week or 2 each week. And then you're going to have your last module, module number 3, is going to be on employment communications. And that's where you're going to be writing your cover letter and resume, or actually just your resume. And you're also going to be writing a resume, and that'll be it. Your last assignment is just writing a resume. That's your last big assignment. So, all right, well, that's it for this week. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I do have office hours. Go to the office hours tab or icon on the homepage of our class in Canvas, and that'll tell you when I'm available via on campus or online for office hours. But even so, if you need to meet me outside of that for whatever reason, maybe a different day and time, just reach out to me and I will set up something with you to be able to help you with whatever you need. So have a great week, number 2, and you will see me again on video next week as I'll discuss what's due and how to upload your individual presentation, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, have a great week.